The R language is very powerful out the box. However, we can extend functionality or the things that can be done in R by installing and loading packages. Packages are bits of code to do things. If you go to, for example, cran.r-project.org and click on packages, click on table of available packages, you can see just some of the packages that are available, and they can do all sorts of different things, from charting to machine learning to AI to whatever you can think of, really. And in this short tutorial, I'll show how we can use it for what's termed one-hot encoding. I have some data: date, average order value, number of items sold, and country. Now, the country field is categorical data. They're a set amount of values, in this case 4: USA, Australia, New Zealand, and India. So this is a category column. One-hot encoding, what it does is it converts or changes the country column, in this case the category column, into binary: true, false, 1 or 0. I'd expect, therefore, once I do one-hot encoding, and by the way, you do one-hot encoding in, for example, machine learning, I'd expect, once I've done one-hot encoding, for extra columns of USA, Australia, New Zealand, and India to be created, and then a 1 or a 0 or true or false to be in each row, representing whether it's true that it's, for example, USA, or false. Let's go to Colab. Now, if you haven't used Colab before, or you're unfamiliar with what I'm doing, please watch my introduction to R tutorial. It's very short and it'll get you up and running. The first thing I'm going to do is load up my data. So I'm going to upload to my session storage. And I'm already in my R runtime. I've already changed to my R runtime. Again, watch my introductory tutorial. I'm going to use Gemini, assuming that we're beginners in this tutorial. However, I'm sure that once you use R more, it'll become more familiar how to do things in R. I'll put in my instruction. So I'm in a R runtime using the fastDummies R package. So just assuming that you know you want to use the fastDummies R package, or maybe you've been told by your lecturer if you're at university or your work uses it. Perform one-hot encoding on the country column. Show the first few rows of the data before and after performing the one-hot encoding. I've now clicked send and I'm waiting for Gemini to respond. What I'm expecting is that Gemini will give me a plan of the various steps it will take. Then I can either change my query or I can accept what it's going to do. Once it comes up with the plan, I'm going to accept it. So it says here, okay, I can help with that. I'll load the data, perform one-hot encoding, and so on. So I'm going to click accept and run. This might take a few seconds. So what we'll do is we'll take a break and then we'll come back and look at the results. Right, it's now complete. So let's look at what's happening. First of all, we'd read what Gemini says, and I'm just going to click the close icon. First of all, fastDummies was installed if it wasn't already there. The data set were loaded. Then let's look here. So this is what our data looked like. Now we looked at it in that CSV file, and this is the column we were concerned with, the country column. Then one-hot encoding was performed on the country column, and afterwards we can see that the country column's still there. However, additional columns have been created with either a 1 or 0 in them for Australia, India, New Zealand, and USA. That's how easy it is to use packages in R. Please like this video and thank you for joining me.